let's just talk about Zion. 27 points, 7 boards, and 4 assists a game last year, 61% from the field, and actually shot 70% from the line, which is really good for him. Still a complete non-shooter as a three-point shooter, even as a mid-range shooter. Still a problem defensively, but I also don't think that they've quite figured out the right lineup to put around him. Hopefully it'll be a little bit better this year. But again, I think once you find the right guys to put around him, once he gets up to NBA speed defensively, he's going to be at least a passable defender. And then with what he brings offensively, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, he's literally putting up like shock numbers. Like there's nowhere else to describe it. Like the efficiency he's putting it at and the amount of points he's putting it at is only comparable to Shaq. And man, he's just insane. He's literally a 6'6", like Shaq. Like he's so good at scoring. He's decent at playmaking too. 3.7 assists. I think people really like overshadow that. Playing next to finally a kind of a shooting big in Jonas Valanciunas. Devonte Graham is going to be shooting from the point guard spot. We know Brandon Ingram's a decent shooter. I think Nickeil Alexander-Walker starts at the shooting guard spot. Let Josh Hart come off that bench. Nickeil Alexander is a pretty good shooter. Kira Lewis and Josh Hart and Trey Murphy off the bench, passable shooters. So what does that mean? You finally have Zion in shooting, and going from Steven Adams, Bledsoe, even Lonzo Ball, like going from all those guys to these like shooters, or these guys who are at least going to be respected from the 3-point line. Like we could easily see a 30-point season. Like
totally.
If he gets 30, and I can see that rebounding take a huge jump too, because Jonas is just going to be out at the 3-point line on the offense. So that's going to allow a lot of offensive rebounding capabilities for Zion, who only got 2.7 offensive rebounds last year, which is decent, but we could see that take a jump to like 3, 4.
Sure.
So we could see like a 30-10 type season next year, and I think the Pelicans could be really pushing for that play-in spot. Yeah,
no, I agree. Giannis is probably the most unstoppable force in the league, and then Zion is probably number 2. Maybe crazy. LeBron, a fully healthy LeBron might be ahead of him, but it's insane at his age to be putting up an easy 61% from the field. He doesn't take any bad shots. You just can't stop him. And I will say that it's going to take a little more than that for him to get to the level of being like the best player on a championship team, because we see Giannis, like, as unstoppable as he is in the paint, he needs to be able to shoot a little bit, and they wouldn't have won the championship if he weren't what he is defensively. So as amazing as Zion is at what he does, he will need to round out his game a little bit, but that's going to come for sure.
Yeah, and I think just having a more fluid game, like offensively, like when he just has like that more spacing and stuff, he's gonna have more energy to output on the defensive end. And we could see a huge, I don't want to say a huge playmaking increase, but we can see a playmaking increase just because now if people kick for a double, right? If you throw it to a Jonas in the corner, like that's going to be easy 3 points and easy assists for Zion to get. So we could see that assist just going up from like his teammates hitting threes. So that's going to be good too. And yeah, it's just his defense. I think his defense is what separates him from 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Like that's how good he is on offense already, that he's up there with KD, Giannis, and Anthony Davis. But yeah, once he gets that defense in check, once he becomes at least like passable on the defensive end, he could really go with those MVP candidates and stuff.
Yeah, and I think he will get there, because we saw in the shorter college season with fewer games, the games are also a little bit shorter. He was trying a lot harder. We saw him flying around blocking shots on the perimeter. So I think he might have to cut a little bit of weight. Obviously, it seems like it's hard for him to do that, just his body type. But once his conditioning gets better, maybe just like getting better like management from the coaching staff, minutes management and stuff like that with the team he has around him, I think he will get there. But the top 4 power forward in your third year, ahead of guys like Pascal and the season Randall had, Domantas Sabonis. And crazy. In fact, had a better season than Anthony Davis, like by a way better season than Anthony Davis. It's insane. It's just amazing.
Yeah, that's why him and Luka Doncic and Giannis are the new face of the league, man, for the future to come.
Yeah, and Trae Young.
Trae Young too,
for sure, up there. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here so you never miss the best clips from Stretch the Floor. Hit the links in the description below to find us on all podcast platforms, and follow us on Instagram.